Creatures of the night, we had Ring of Honor earlier today, and I'm just gonna be real with you. It was not worth the watch. I did do a live stream of me watching the show, and it was not great. In terms of it being a go home show, they really did not go out of their way to make you feel hyped up for this pay-per-view coming tomorrow night. Now, there was some decent stuff here, but honestly, it's not really good enough for me to even review. I think the only thing that was actually noteworthy is two things. We did have some tag team action. We had a four corner tag team match, and it was actually pretty great. We had all of them cut promos, and they all were talking about getting the Ring of Honor tag titles, which is something that they have not mentioned in quite some time. Since MJF and Adam Cole had won those titles, I can tell you maybe once or twice that they've actually mentioned the tag titles, but we've obviously never seen it, and we never hear anyone talk about the gold. This makes me feel a little excited, thinking that maybe MJF's going to end up dropping the titles, and it would have been great for MJF to at least show up on this pay-per-view and drop these fucking titles so that people who have been working hard to get those titles can get an actual chance of being tag champions. Now, after that, the only other noteworthy thing from the show is Athena. She had a squash match at the fucking main event of the show. I forgot her opponent's name. However, it doesn't even matter because she punched her one time and the match was over. Athena is celebrating in the ring, and here comes Billy Starks attacking Athena from behind. Now, she's pretty much just beating up Athena. Athena didn't even get to put a finger on her, and she has the upper hand in the situation. She throws her against the barricade several times, and then she smashes her face onto a chair. And Billy Starks walks away towards the ring because the referees are keeping her away from Athena. Athena's laying down on the ground, and when she turns her face, nothing but blood all over her face, all over her hands. And at first I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Is this true? Is something broken on her face or something? Maybe she bust her lip, maybe she bit her tongue. I don't know. But it did turn out that Athena did break her nose. She did post a picture, and it doesn't look good. Her face is all bruised up, but she's still going to main event the Final Battle pay-per-view. And I really find that to be interesting because for me, I wasn't really sure if this was something that was part of a storyline or not. Because of the way that Billy Starks walks away, I was thinking, okay, maybe they're just trying to get us to focus on Billy, and then Athena's just turning around and all of a sudden she has all this blood on her face. But it turns out that her nose is broken. I'll post a picture so you guys can see the injury to her face. I hope she gets well soon, even though she's going to still be at the pay-per-view. So, like I said, the show not really worth the watch in terms of a go-home show, but let's talk about the predictions for Final Battle. We finally seem like we got a full card here. I would not be surprised if Tony Khan end up adding a few matches. Now, they do add a few matches onto the card that was not even announced on the Ring of Honor show. So this is so weird. The show is taped. You guys already knew what matches was going to be added onto the card. And instead, what they did was they posted them on social media after they aired the Ring of Honor episode. Why not have the people who paid for this shit be the first people to see what matches are coming about for the pay-per-view? Why they do shit backwards, I have no freaking idea. But let's go into these predictions real quick. They did add in some interesting matches. Alright, you guys, I do have the match card right here on my phone because there's just no way I'm going to remember all the shit that was just added on to the show. Now, we do have a pre-show match. We actually have the Outrunners versus the Von Erichs. So that's going to be very interesting to see that not only are they going to be on Rampage Friday night, but they're also going to be at the Final Battle pay-per-view. Obviously, you guys know Rampage already taped, but it's great to see them twice pretty much in one day, and then being able to take advantage of actually having some matches with AEW. So I really do think that this is a great opportunity for them. Will they get signed or anything? I don't know. However, the Iron Claw movie is coming out next Friday, so that's going to be an interesting movie. So this is a great way to help promote that movie. So thank you, Tony Khan, for putting the Von Erichs on the shows, both shows. Now, onto the main card, but I'm sure they're going to add another pre-show match, maybe one, maybe two. So onto the main card, we have Shane Taylor versus Keith Lee. Keith Lee, bro, you need this motherfucking win. They've done virtually nothing with Keith Lee. Now, months ago, they had teased that they were going to do Shane Taylor versus Keith Lee on Collision. Then they did it again a few weeks after. Then a few more weeks after, they teased it again. And it was just like, all right, so when is this shit actually going to happen? And I know it seems a little bit random that we're going to see Keith Lee on Ring of Honor. Has he been on Ring of Honor previously? Yes, but he has not been in Ring of Honor this year. However, we do have Shane Taylor, who's a regular on Ring of Honor, so I guess maybe it kind of makes sense to just put them here on the pay-per-view. Either way, Keith Lee really, really, really needs this win. They have a long-term storytelling going on with these guys that dates way back, in the old days in Ring of Honor. However, I don't think that they've had much of a build-up these past few months, a solid build-up for people to really be excited about this match. You just look at these two guys and you're just like, I want to see these two guys in the ring, whether or not if you knew what was going on between them. The build, not so great currently. However, in my opinion, I'm going with Keith Lee for the win. Now, we have Ethan Page versus Tony Nese in an I Quit match. I like both of these guys here. I enjoy Tony Nese more as a character, and he's really pretty great in the ring. But Ethan Page, he absolutely needs this. He just took a loss against Kenny Omega, and I think we all knew that was happening. However, he looked great in that match, and I do feel like they're pushing Ethan Page to perhaps to be holding a title really, really soon. And if that's the case, Ethan Page definitely needs this win. So I do believe that we're going to hear Tony Nese say he quits. Now, we also have pretty much a tribute match for Jay Briscoe. This is a fight without honor match. We have BCC versus FTR and Mark Briscoe. I do believe FTR and Mark Briscoe are going to take the win here, but this is going to be a slobber knocker, you guys. I feel like these six guys are just going to go all out and go crazy Briscoe style. And I want to see that happen. Now, I'm a little concerned for Bryan Danielson, who's basically walking around in several pieces. And a match like this might not be the best situation for Bryan Danielson to be in. So I hope he's actually able to continue to not do only not only the Continental Classic, but in a few weeks, he will be facing Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 18. I hope the homie makes it to that pay-per-view. Right now, he's not looking so great. Now, we also do have the AAA Mega Championship on the line. We have Black Taurus versus El Hijo de Vikingo. This, I believe, is going to open the show. And the title is on the line. And I don't believe that another promotion is going to let another one of their titles change hand at another promotion show. So I do believe that El Hijo de Vikingo was going to retain. But I think that it's going to be probably one of the best matches of the night. Now, we have Ring of Honor 6-man tag championships on the line. So Toa Liona and Khan finally brought their asses back to America. They've been doing a tag tournament for what seems like maybe 3 weeks now, and it's finally over. This was amazing experience for Toa and Khan. A lot of guys really love to get that experience in Japan. So this was a great thing for them. However, it's time to get back to business because we have titles to defend. They are going against TMDK. This is going to be a very interesting match. I do not see the titles changing here, simply because while TMDK are not AEW guys, Ring of Honor guys. They're just here to help out because apparently no one else was available, but they have not faced these guys before. So I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Now, we have the Pure Rules match. The Pure title will be on the line. We have our champion, Wheeler Yuta. He's actually going against Filthy Tom Lawler. And I was really surprised to see this because I thought we were going to get Hook versus Wheeler Yuta in the FTW Rules match. But apparently, I guess that's for something else and not for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and I guess I'm okay with that. But Tom Lawler is very, very talented. Some of my favorite matches I've actually seen from him with New Japan this year. He's really, really great. I do not see this title changing hands at all. However, these two are going to do a really, really great match. One of my favorite matches this year was Tom Lawler versus Zack Sabre Jr. And you guys know Zack Sabre Jr. He's super technical in the ring, and hopefully we get something similar to that with Wheeler Yuta, with Tom. Definitely the title ain't going nowhere. Let's see. We also have the Survival of the Fittest six-way match. Whoever wins this match will get the Ring of Honor TV title that was vacated by Samoa Joe for whatever reason. I don't know. And you know what? Keith Lee could have actually won that title from him that night, but unfortunately, they just decided to just vacate the title. I don't know. Really strange situation. So for that match, we so far only have 5 competitors that earned their way into this match. So we have Dalton Castle, Commander, Kyle Fletcher, Lee Moriarty, Lee Johnson for whatever reason, and they're going against a 6th person that have not yet been announced. So it's going to be really interesting to see who this is. This has to be someone who has not been on Ring of Honor at all to really make this interesting. I don't know exactly who that could be. I can't think of someone from the top of my head, but if it's someone that we've never seen, that people would actually like to see, in Ring of Honor, I think that would be really, interesting. So whoever that 6th person is, I'm not sure, but I'm going for Dalton Castle, to take the win. I would actually prefer to see Kyle Fletcher take the win. Him being part of Don Callis' family and having a title is going to help elevate that group. And we do see Takeshita and Hobbs, they're, a tag team at this point. So having one member having gold definitely going to motivate the other members to go for the tag team gold or maybe singles gold. I don't know. So I think that would be a great thing if Kyle Fletcher would have won, but I really do think that they're going to go with Dalton Castle for the win. Now, for our main event, we had the Ring of Honor Women's title on the line, Athena versus Billie Starkz. This has been an absolute amazing storyline, the best storyline in Ring of Honor this year. Athena has been absolutely killing it. Some of my favorite matches have been from Athena this year. She's just been absolutely amazing. So, what do I think is going to happen here? This can go either way. In my opinion, Billie Starkz is not ready to be Ring of Honor women's champion. There's a lot of improvement that she needs to make. However, I acknowledge that she has made a lot of improvement. She's only 18 years old and she's really, really improved. However, when you think of everything that Athena has done this year, you kind of want someone else that next person to win it to be at that same level. And this is no shade towards Billie Starkz, but she has many years ahead of her to be in the ring and be able to learn and craft something that people will definitely be able to gravitate towards being women's champion. She has a bubbly personality or whatnot, and I do see here that she's being much more aggressive, and that's something that she's learned from Athena. However, I don't think she's all the way there yet. However, with that being said, Athena could actually lose the title, take a break, especially with that nose break right now, and come back. But this time in AEW. And she can have her eyes for the women's title, TBS title, whatever. Something that she can win over there. She's been phenomenal in Ring of Honor. I do believe she definitely has earned some type of opportunity to go for any of those titles in AEW. She needs to be with the big dogs in AEW. Toni Storm, Willow, Sky Blue, all these girls that's over there. Ruby Soho, Saraya, whatever. She needs to be over there, and I would like to see her there. And just, have her in a really great feud. I do believe that Toni Storm will retain at the World's End pay-per-view. I don't know how long it will take for Athena to recover in terms of her nose or whatnot. But if she were to lose the title, at least by Revolution, we can see her back into the picture in AEW and perhaps having a feud with Toni Storm going into the Revolution pay-per-view. They can have a match. And if Athena wins the title, I'll be absolutely fine with that. So my choice here, I'm not really sure about who's going to win. It's kind of difficult to tell at this point because I kind of want Athena to drop the title if that means that she's going to move on to AEW and do bigger and better things. But I also feel like Billie is not ready. I think ultimately, that nose injury really changes thing here. I think I'm going to go with Athena for the win. Perhaps she'll be able to drop it at Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. So that's probably the most likely thing. Because like I said, Billie Starkz is not really all the way ready to hold that title, especially after what Athena has done this year. But she has absolutely improved. Now, I do expect this to be a really great pay-per-view. And I'm so excited to be able to go and see this live. So look out for your girl somewhere in the crowd. I will be third row, so, y'all be able to see me from right there in front of the camera. I'm so excited about this. And it's going to be a solid pay-per-view, but don't be surprised if they add some stuff. So if you want to see the final battle pay-per-view, you would have to order the Honor Club subscription or whatever. It's $9.99. That is the only way to watch it if you are in the US. I'm pretty sure outside the US they have other ways for you to watch it since the Honor Club is not available outside the US. So if you want to watch it, it's literally $9.99 for the whole month of Honor Club, and you also get to watch the Final Battle pay-per-view. I say it'll be worth it. Maybe the shows are not all that, but what usually is a $40 pay-per-view will only be $9.99, so go ahead and check it out. Guys, thanks so much for watching my video. I'll be back whenever I get home back from Dallas. Bye.